Okay, we are now live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another digital moment with Tarina. And I'm here with Georgia from Georgia's Lifestyle. Thank
Hi,
you for joining me,
everyone.
Georgia.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so today we will be discussing the American and British curriculum. So as you join the live, please click that thumbs up, share it with your friends, with your colleagues, anyone that you think may be interested in this information, because we are going to be looking at the key features in both the American and the British curriculum and how
They are
differences.
both used.
Pardon me?
Now, say we're gonna look how they are both used or how each of them
Yes,
is used.
right.
Yeah.
And how they are similar or different to the national standard curriculum used in Jamaica as well. So we are going to be looking at that. Okay?
Mhm.
So we have a presentation prepared and I am going to attempt to share my screen.
Hey, Black Girl TT.
Hey Black Girl TT, thank you so much for joining us. Hold on. So we keep it like this, Georgia, or we make it.
Yeah, you can keep it like that and then share the screen when
When
you
we're
need.
ready.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Share the screen. Let me see. I totally forgot how to share and show our faces at the same time. But I'll try the different options and see.
It's okay.
Um, what is what is happening now? I am seeing the screen,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to show our faces at the same time. Can Black Girl TT let me know what is happening,
I think
please?
it was at the bottom of the screen.
Let me stop sharing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's something there at the bottom of the screen.
It says share screen. I'm seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Then at the top I'm seeing Windows and Chrome.
I
But when I
remember seeing it at the bottom of the screen so I could be sharing the screen and still seeing my face. It was something at the bottom of the screen I clicked.
Okay. Are you seeing any of the options here?
No.
You're not seeing the options?
Mm-mm.
All right.
I don't want to show from your screen.
Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out. So in the meantime, while we figure
Well,
this thing out,
troubleshoot.
yes, exactly. We are not perfectionists in this thing. We are just humble teachers trying to help out our colleagues. And in the meantime, if you have any questions about the American or British curriculum, please go ahead and drop it in the comment section, and we will be answering those questions as we go along as well.
Hmm. So, right, as some of you have been saying that when you are doing the application, they're asking for experience using the British curriculum or the American curriculum. So what we're basically doing today is to show you the similarities and so that you can go ahead and pick either of them when you're applying because we're going to be showing you how they are related, the similarities. So of
Yeah.
course you can say in your interview that they both just have a different name because of the country that the curriculum originates from. All right.
Yes, exactly. Let me try again, Georgia. Entire screen, okay. Alright. What are you
So guys, as you join, remember to like the video. Like the video as soon as you join. Okay, I'm seeing your screen now.
you are seeing the screen?
Yes. Hi,
Still?
Esmeralda. Welcome. So happy that you have joined.
Esmeralda, thank you so much for joining us. Are you seeing, you're seeing my entire screen, but let me try and click. Okay, what about now?
Yes.
You are seeing the presentation?
Presentation now. Yes.
Yes, okay, but you're not seeing,
And I'm
um,
also seeing both of us face.
oh, you are. So
Yes.
maybe because I created the stream, I'm not able to see it. But nonetheless, we will go right ahead. And as we
Right.
said earlier, we just created this simple guide to the American and the British curriculum. So we are going to be sharing simultaneously, whatever I miss, Georgia will pick up on, and vice versa. Okay. So we'll be discussing 5 things you should know about the American curriculum. So we're going to look at that first, and then we are going to break down the different key features. Okay. So number one, there are 6 accreditation authorities for the American curriculum. All subject content must abide by the Common Core state standards. American international schools are able to design their curriculum based on standards that are relevant to their host country. These standards provide a guide for teachers to ensure students are moving in the direction to meet benchmarks set for each subject. Okay? So Georgia, you want to elaborate on any of these points?
All right. Yes. So of course, as mentioned, the American curriculum is a standard-based curriculum, and firstly, it provides an education for or from the pre-primary or kindergarten, as you might call it, right up to grade 12, and all subjects, of course, have to relate to the Common Core state standards. And
Right.
right, so international schools, of course, they're able to design and tailor it to fit the needs of their school or for the needs of the country. So in terms of the material, even though a school might be using the American curriculum, the activities are used within the country, of course, because of culture and so on, then the school will tailor, for example, even stories that are read or informational text, they make sure they go through it so that
Yes.
it is relevant to their country.
Right. And also to add to that, especially when you mention stories, is that
Hmm.
especially here in the Middle East, when you know that these countries are Muslim nations, we have to be conscious of, the things that are taboo, that the things that are not allowed to be discussed within the lesson, or pictures, like pictures of a pig or pictures of a ham. And even if you're showing a simple picture of a family at the beach, we have to be careful not to find those pictures that are too.
Yeah, that if we're showing a beach picture, you have to find one that is persons are probably covered.
Yes,
So
yes,
people go to the beach and they're sometimes revealing a lot. We
right,
still have
right.
the yeah.
And one of the key things that we have to mention as well, and you said it too, is that the international schools, they are able to tailor this curriculum. And
Yeah.
it is the same thing for Jamaica as well. Teachers are able to tailor, schools are able to tailor the curriculum. And persons will say, but I'm not using this curriculum in Jamaica. We are using standards in Jamaica to
Mm-hmm.
guide us so that we know what benchmark the students need to reach. Same
Yeah.
thing like the American curriculum right here. You understand? And we follow the standards. So that is one thing that teachers can mention as well.
Mm-hmm.
We follow the same standards. You know, it might not be like T to T, but we follow the
Yes,
same
but it's the
standards.
same. Yeah.
Yes, it's basically the same. All right,
Right.
so let's
And just as how, like in Jamaica, we go right up to what? Grade 12 is called sixth form.
right.
Yes, so just like in the American curriculum, at grade 12 here, then they're basically doing like pretty much like pre-college,
Yes, yes,
right?
they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. And go ahead and read this slide for me, Georgia. Just what?
Did we do slide two?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the American curriculum is divided into, am I reading the same one? Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. The American curriculum is divided into three stages: elementary school, middle school, and high school. The core subjects at each level are English language, art, math, science, and social studies. In addition, students are exposed to visual and performing arts, foreign languages, physical education, and technology. And again, basically the same thing. We do the same thing in Jamaica. And if you're watching from elsewhere, I'm assuming that even though you might not be using the American curriculum, I know whatever curriculum you're using, you're teaching the core subject.
Yes, they are teaching the
Yeah.
core subjects. And you know, we are exposing our students to visual and performing art, drama,
Technology, yeah.
you know, foreign language. In Jamaica they'll do French and Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it because teachers would say that they don't know about this curriculum, but it's just the name. Because it is in America, it's the American curriculum. It was
Yeah.
created or, you know, in that country, so it's the American curriculum. But
Mm-hmm.
we, in Jamaica, we have so many similarities to
Yeah.
this curriculum. And I hope that teachers are, you know, are paying attention and they are learning something from this. So when they are in the interview, they can easily share these points as well.
Yes, and that is why it's important to do your research. So, um, research the American curriculum and look back at your curriculum that is used in your home country and see how they are related. And then, when you're in your interview, you're able to say, though my country's curriculum has this particular name, but you know, you're able to say, this is what we do. You do this in your curriculum, and this is what we do. We're both doing the same thing with just a different name.
Exactly, exactly.
So, guys, remember, as soon as you join, give the video a like, a thumbs up.
And if you have any questions for us, feel free to drop it in the comments section. We'll be happy to answer your questions as best as we can. So for those of you who are just joining us, we are looking at the American and British curriculum, and we are looking at the American curriculum, and we are sharing 5 things you should know, okay?
Right.
So number 3, various assessment methods. So under the American curriculum, students are assessed in an ongoing manner through class discussions, group work, graphic organizers, writing assignments, peer assessment, quizzes, reflections, and projects. And I know every single school, every teacher uses at least
Mhm.
three or four or five of these.
Rigorous assessment, yes.
Yes, assessment methods.
Projects, everything. The same.
All of them, yes. So from there, teachers are able to identify each student's strengths and weaknesses, as well as help students who are struggling in certain subjects. Furthermore, teachers will create a learning portfolio for each
Yeah.
student to compile their progress. And I've been doing this for years, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this for years. And these are the things that teachers can mention during the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they can phrase it like this, similar to the American curriculum. I am using various assessment methods such as, and you just list them out.
And you
Because,
just list them, yes.
yeah, you just
Like
list
even
them.
that in an interview in your country, your country focuses on inclusion too, because that's a question that is definitely asked in the interviews about inclusion. So yes,
Yes,
in your country or in your school curriculum, you do make assessments that tailor to every ability.
yes, yes. And that is why differentiation is very important.
Yeah.
And all of these assessment methods can be used for differentiation.
Right.
And you see, sometimes, I always go back to saying things like this is because it's just the name.
It's
You
just
know,
the name, yeah.
when you are studying or you're doing a research paper and then you're reading something, I'm like, but I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing this for years.
Years,
But this
yeah.
is a
Just
credible
different
person.
name or yeah.
It's just a different name. It's just a different name. So these are things that we have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Georgia, let's look at number 4.
All right. So the American curriculum it culminates in the American high school diploma. So whenever kids leave grade 12, they leave with the American high school diploma. And again because it's grade 12, it is almost like it's pre-college, I would call it. So
Yes,
students need to complete a certain amount of credit from grade 9 to grade 12 to be granted the American high school diploma. In addition, students have the opportunity to sit for standardized tests such as the SAT, PSAT,
yeah,
ACT to measure their knowledge in certain subject areas.
right.
Yes.
And SAT usually covers math and English,
And English, yes.
literacy, yes, and writing, and then PSAT, it's like SAT 2, where you
Mm-hmm.
focus on core subjects like physics, math, English, science, and some other subjects. Based on whatever field the student want to pursue after high school, they will do this one. But SAT is the one that is often done because Vanessa did hers the other day as well, and she's
Yes.
at grade 12.
12. Mm-hmm.
Yes, she's at grade 12 as well.
Right. So,
And with even the naming of the grades, grade 9, grade. When you're thinking about grade 1, that's elementary,
that's
okay?
it. Yeah.
But because of the American curriculum, it goes all the way up through kindergarten, elementary, up to high school,
Up
middle
to
school,
high
and high
school.
school
Mm-hmm.
rather. Yes, they
Yes.
just keep the grades going. They just keep the grades going. I remembered when I just got here with Ven, and she was, I was getting her ready for school. I had to get a letter from Jamaica that explained that she was at grade 7, 8, and 9. Yes.
What
Third
grade
form
would
was the
already?
same as grade 9.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to, yes, because this is an American curriculum school. They
Mm-hmm.
were not they weren't familiar with form, form 1, form 2, or second form, third form. So I had to explain that to them.
And then again, in some of our schools, but so we some schools will stick to form, and some do say grade. So grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. So grade,
Mm-hmm.
so they say form 1 or first form.
Right.
Some schools will say grade 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and that is it. The American curriculum says grade.
Yeah, let us continue with the grades.
Grade.
Okay, let's move to number 5. Emphasis on extracurricular activities. And when I saw this, I said, wait, we have been doing this, man.
Wow, yeah.
We have been doing extracurricular activities for years.
Years.
Going down to Denby, especially persons who are
Mm-hmm.
familiar with what you call that, Georgia?
4A,
4A.
4A,
Yeah,
Girl Scouts,
yeah, all of them.
cadet,
Cadet, yes. Football club, music,
football
debate,
club, music, speech, drama. Yeah.
all of that. Art club.
Art. Mm-hmm.
So emphasis is placed on the extracurricular activities, and this spill over into the classroom as well,
Mm-hmm.
because you realize. Let me stop sharing for a while. You realize too, Georgia, that when you're doing some of the subjects, we tend to include the projects, and when we're including
Mm-hmm.
projects, we are going to put um, art in it.
Art,
Maybe
yeah.
students have to do some music piece. They
Mm-hmm.
have to write a speech so that they can, express themselves or explain their opinion or something. So,
And that's why it comes back to differentiation too. You make the project in such a way that even your sewing child can, there's something that they can draw. Maybe they
mhm,
can't, but they can draw or
right,
write or something. Yeah.
exactly, exactly, exactly. So for the persons who have just joined us, we have been discussing. Where did I go?
Yeah.
The top 5 key features of the American curriculum. I know we are going to be discussing the British curriculum. So the school that I am teaching at currently, we use the American curriculum. And George, I don't want to say this name because I don't want it turn into a meme. I don't want to turn into a meme. It's Massachusetts. Massachusetts. That's it.
Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Yes, that's the state curriculum the state common core
Yeah.
that I use. Yes, that we use that at my school. So different, even though it's the American curriculum, as we said earlier, it's based on standards from these different states.
Yeah.
So each state, they might have their own common core, and the one that we're using is adapted from that specific state. Yes. And as we said earlier, it's adaptable, especially for international schools here in the Middle
Yeah.
East. We have to be considerate of culture,
Yes.
right?
So when
Yes.
planning lessons, you can't just pick up a material
Right.
and use it. You still have to go through it and make sure
You
that
have to. Yes.
culturally, it's not culturally sensitive.
Yes, even the videos, especially the videos. Sometimes I'll be on YouTube and I'm looking for a video to use, and trust me, the video is very nice. It has everything that I want in the video, and then this thing pops up. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't,
It's
I
like
can't use
when you
it.
find your worksheets too, there's a particular animal that is most
Yes,
mentioned in the worksheet. This animal is just present on the
yes.
worksheet.
Then you have to learn how to snip and cut and
Mhm.
paste and change that specific one as well. So
Yeah.
I'm happy. Hey, Chef Yuva, thank you for joining us.
Yuba.
Thank you so much, Chef Yuva, for joining us. And make sure, guys, that you leave a comment Remember to subscribe to Digital Moments with Tarina and go over to Georgia's Lifestyle. Our channel is packed with information about teaching here in the UAE. And if you love your belly, you love cook, you'll find food over there as well. And Chef Yuva. Never a dull moment over by Chef Yuva's channel. So you can check her out as well. And Black Girl TT. You know, we don't leave out each other at all.
I see 11 people in the live, so comment and let us know that you are here.
Yes, yes. And leave a
Yes,
thumbs up. Leave a
right.
thumbs up.
Comment to let us know you are here.
What curriculum are you using, Georgia?
The American.
You're using the American curriculum as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
When I was
Hey,
at when I was
Lucy.
at the other school, I used the British
The
curriculum.
British curriculum. Yes, I used that the first year I was here in
Yeah,
the UAE as well. I used the British curriculum for 1 year when I
yeah.
was teaching kindergarten. But in the British curriculum, it's known as foundation stage. So it was FS.
Oh, yes, definitely. In the
Yes.
British curriculum, they say FS and they say year. So in the American
Yes.
curriculum say grade one, grade two, grade three. The British curriculum says year FS,
Uh-huh.
and they use key stage also, key stage one, key stage two, key stage three, up to
Yes.
four, and they say year one, year two. That's something I had to learn when I got here. I kept on saying grade one, and I'm like, no, year one.
Yes. Okay, all right. So Georgia, let's do a little role play. That's a little thing to see
Okay.
if we can help our teachers to answer these questions on the interview before we even move on to
The
the
British
British,
curriculum.
yes, the British curriculum. Let's see
Mm-hmm.
if we can help them to answer these questions. So, Miss Georgia, and you can, ask me anything after this.
Hey.
Have you ever used, or are you familiar with the American curriculum?
Yes, I am familiar with the American curriculum, even though it is not what I use in my country, but there are similarities to the curriculum used in my home country with the American curriculum because we do have standards as the American curriculum is based on standards, and we do the same types of assessments used. We have to plan assessments that cater to the needs of the students. So,
Right.
um, yeah, so it's basically just a different name, but the same content and the same standards are used in both. It's just a different name. So I am from Jamaica, so we use the National Standard Curriculum, and of course, you're in the US, it's gonna be called the US Curriculum, just a different name. But we have the same standards, same types of assessment, grading, etc.
Okay, thank you so much. See, easy as that. Easy as that. And it's in the thing, you just have to have the knowledge. You just have to know get info about the American curriculum to answer this question. All right. We'll move on.
Mm-hmm.
We'll move on to the British curriculum.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And let me go back to playing
Sharing your
around.
screen.
Let me go back to playing around with this. Okay. Yeah. What am I? What am I? What am I missing, Georgia?
To click on, it's not so, is it to maximize the screen or to click on that, can see it from here. Let me see. Yeah, go up to the link to the, with the right. I can't read it from here.
All right, let me go again. Let me go
Yeah.
again.
And
All
then you
right.
maximize the screen. Why not see something?
Okay. You know, even though this pandemic has been devastating, Georgia, it has
Mhm.
been a blessing
Yes.
because I am learning to use StreamYard.
Yes, and this is what technology does to us every day. We're learning to use something
Yes.
else. You might be using this particular app today, and then your school changed to another one, and you have to just figure out how to use it. And we never know
Okay.
where this virus is heading when it will go away.
What are you
So,
seeing now, Georgia?
yeah, I'm seeing the PowerPoint now.
You're seeing it?
Yes,
Oh,
we're
okay.
at number
Thank you
5.
so much. All right. I see Debbie's here. Hello, Debbie. Welcome. And
Yeah.
Kerry, thank
Hi,
you for joining
Kelly.
us. Okay, we are
We're
at
here
we're
talking
looking
about
at
those of you who just joined, we're here talking about the American curriculum and the British curriculum, and we're helping you to see how they are similar. So when making your application and you've never used either of them before, it's still okay to go ahead and pick the one that you think is more similar to the one used in Jamaica or in your home country. And in the interview, when asked, because of course they don't really know what you really use it, but I mean, in the interview when they ask, you're able to say because you have done your research, you're able to say yes. I know I've used the American curriculum and be able to say what it comprises and just deliver. Just say because you have done your research and you know about, just talk. Yes, I have
yes,
used the American curriculum and just talk. Or the British one and just talk because you have done your research so you know what it is like.
so true. And we chose to use a presentation because we want to help persons in a way that you can always watch the replay of this when it's when we finish going live. You can always go back and watch it, and you can get your pen and paper, and you can write down these points at the end of the presentation. There is a slide here with the source, and you can go on that source and you can get more information as well. Okay, so we
Right.
are now looking at 5 things you should know about the British curriculum. Okay, 5 things. Number one, it's broad and balanced, okay? It's a broad and balanced curriculum. Students learn the basics of numeracy and literacy at the foundation stage of the curriculum.
Mhm.
At primary level, students are taught the fundamentals of mathematics and English. Science, technology, humanities, and arts subjects are also introduced as multidisciplinary topics and integrated in school projects. Okay? And as we mentioned earlier, while the American curriculum use the term kindergarten, the British curriculum starts at the foundation stage, okay, FS. And based on what I'm reading here, Georgia, it is similar to the American curriculum.
Oh yes,
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
same thing. You can't say it over and over. It's just a different name.
just a different name.
Yeah.
And in Jamaica and other countries, I'm sure of they're using the term kindergarten as well. And
Mm-hmm.
some schools are using the term basic school,
Basic,
right?
yeah.
It's just
Elementary.
it's just the
Mm-hmm.
term, it's just the terms that are attached to these curriculums. The thing that we should understand is just the key features, the
Right.
key features. Okay?
Yeah, and of course you can in an interview, you can almost say when you do we call it what's that called when you do your degree in early childhood. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You can teach from the basic school. I think back in Jamaica you can teach from the basic school right up to I think grade 3 if you're
Yes,
if
I
you're
think
doing
yes, grade
elementary,
two,
yeah, or grade 2.
grade three.
Right up to grade
Right.
3. So even though your degree is elementary, coming here you can still use that degree and be teaching the primary grades too, because I mean you have done your courses would allow the courses done in the elementary would allow you to teach right up to grade 3. So I mean even if a school place you at grade 4, you still have the foundation and basically the teaching method and everything over that you can fit right across any
Yeah,
grade they might place you.
exactly. And
Mhm.
once you have even with the primary, you have a primary a diploma or a degree. Listen, we are teachers, we are flexible.
Yes.
We are flexible. You know, we learn on the spot. We learn to change instantly because you'll be so well, the lesson will be well planned and something comes up, you're
Hmm.
going to change. That's the same thing when you go to a new school or a new country, you learn to adapt. So even though yours is not termed British curriculum, you're just going to use the knowledge that you have. And yes,
Hmm.
you are going to do extra research as well. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, Jaja, you can talk about the key stages.
All right. Yes. So the British curriculum is divided into blocks of years called key stages. So for KS, right? So students are formally assessed at the end of each key stage. So I think key stage 1 is from the foundation effect right up to grade 1. And
Mm-hmm.
key stage 2 starts from grade 2 right up to grade 6. Well, year 6. Because
Right,
again, the British curriculum doesn't say grade, they say year. So from
right,
year 2, key stage 2 is from year 2 to year 6. And then key stage 3 from year 6 to year 9, 10. And then we
yeah,
have key stage 4.
right.
Right. Oh, and it was right here. And here I'm talking from my head. Yes. So the first key stage is early years, ages 2 to 5 for the
Yes,
early years. And then
right,
after that, students enter the primary level and complete KS1, ages 5 to 7, and KS2, ages 7 to 11. Secondary levels of consist of KS3, ages 11 to 14, and KS4, ages 14 to 16.
but
So
here
the
in the Philippines, they go all
huh?
the way up to age 18.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, they go all the way up to age 18.
right. So the key stages provide teachers a clear overview of a student's academic progress and solutions to help students achieve their desired academic goals.
And these are similar to the benchmarks that
Mm-hmm.
the American curriculum uses, you know, to gear students in the right direction to make sure that they're achieving, you know, certain standards, they're at the right place, and teachers can, based on the different types of assessment, you will know if, you know, a student should move up to the next grade or whatever you want to implement as a teacher. But it's similar, man. It is so similar. I can't say that, you know,
Yeah.
often enough. It's similar. All right, so let's look at
And I
number
was going
three.
to say,
Go ahead.
I think I'm always trying to remember this. When you're in the British school,
Mm-hmm.
let's say you're teaching year four. In the American school, those same kids would be in grade 3 based on age. So the
Right.
same, right? So the kids who I would teach in year 4 in the British school, if when I'm in the American curriculum school, would be in grade 3.
Yes, and trust me, I have experience with that, and
Yeah,
because of that, Tashi is not happy at all because
she
she
feels
would
like
have
she's
been in
behind,
grade
right?
4 in Jamaica when she
Uh-huh.
came here, but she had to go back in grade 3 because she was too young.
Ah,
Yes, because her age, just fell right into that bracket for grade 3 in the American curriculum. Whereas if she was going to the British school, she would have moved up to grade 4.
or
Right.
okay.
She would have moved up to grade 4. But nonetheless, she started early in Jamaica anyway, so that's what I used to comfort her. All right, so let's look at number 3. This curriculum is child-centered and personalized. Okay, so teachers have the opportunity to be creative with lesson planning, which results in differentiated outcomes and a range of achievements. As the
Mm-hmm.
curriculum covers many subject areas, students are encouraged to focus on the subjects that they are good at while receiving support in subjects they find difficult. They are
Okay.
also taught to not only memorize facts, but to gain a deeper understanding of what they are learning.
Learning. Yeah.
And this right here sounds too much like what I'm used to in Jamaica, especially the last point,
Mm-hmm.
memorize facts. No, man, I don't think any other country or school
Country.
system drill children like how Jamaica drill picnic with repetition, role
Repetition.
learning. Huh?
Yes.
No,
It's kind
sir.
of even like rote learning sometimes.
Rote learning, yes,
And
because
you
they are
see what
taught to
you see.
memorize.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And it's similar. It's similar here. And with the first point where teachers have the opportunity to be creative, it's just like the American curriculum where schools have the opportunity to tailor the curriculum to suit their country or their culture.
Yep.
So it's the same thing
And of
right here.
course having even assessments to even field trips too
Mm-hmm.
are part of form part of the assessment too, because you take them on field trip and you tell them that, and normally we take them to a place based on a topic that we're that we're doing, and we give them worksheet to say when you go, this is what you need to look for, because when you come back you're gonna have to report on this, and
Mm-hmm.
that's another form of assessment.
Assessment, right.
Yes.
And the field trip, it's connected to a real life learning.
Yeah.
It's real life learning.
Hmm.
Okay, let's look at point 4.
Okay.
You want to talk about this one?
All right. So the British curriculum, it culminates in globally recognized qualification. So students who are taught the British curriculum sit for the GCSE examinations at the end of Key Stage 4 and A levels at the end of Key Stage 5. So if you are watching from Jamaica, of course you know that the kids there, they do the GCSE. And
Mhm.
that's the first thing I said in my interview
Yes.
when they asked me. Yes, because I went and I read. I didn't have it. I know it was a British curriculum school I was gonna teach, and I had no experience. and I went ahead and I read everything on the British curriculum. And when I saw the GCSE, I'm like, yeah. And when the interviewer asked me to tell us about the what you know about the UK curriculum, they call it sometimes, and that was my first point.
Mhm.
Same exit exam that you have in the UK, we have that in Jamaica. Same.
Yes. And if we have the
Yeah.
same,
And the
go
A
ahead.
levels, when we say we're sixth formers in Jamaica, they do A levels. Yes, it's the same thing in the UK curriculum. Mm.
Yeah. And then if we have the same or similar exit exams,
Yes.
that means we have been teaching the same
Mhm.
concepts.
Yep.
Yes, we have been teaching and are gearing our students to achieve the same benchmarks and standards if we have the same or similar exit exams.
Exit exam. Yes. And
Yes.
then, this key stage is also referred to as years 12 and 13 in the UK curriculum, and in Jamaica we say sixth form because technically they finish at grade what? Fifth form is what? Grade 11,
Grade 11. Yes.
and then they say they do 2 years in sixth form, grade 12 and 13. So you as you can see already, it's the same, same.
Exactly. Same. As we say here, same thing. Nothing
Same.
different. Same.
Yeah.
All right. So let's look at education beyond the classroom, and this is number 5. And Georgia mentioned field trips, taking students on field trip based on the concepts that are being taught in the classroom. And this is a perfect example of education beyond the classroom,
Mhm.
right? And we are seeing that more and more now, Georgia, with online learning. Yeah, we are seeing that more and more now because we have to be thinking, coming up with strategies, not strategies, activities
Activities,
for
yes.
the students to do at home that will link real life learning plus
Yes,
what is
we even had a virtual field trip, you know,
yes,
online but virtual field trip.
that's what
So
I love.
it's the
That's what
way,
I love about
it's,
technology.
yeah, it's the way the world is working, and we don't know when we're going back to normalcy. So we
We
just
don't
have to
know.
keep it
This
ready.
is
Yeah,
the new norm. This is the new norm.
this is the new
You know?
norm.
And
Hmm.
both curriculums bring this out because we mentioned this earlier with the American curriculum.
Hmm.
You know, activities such as team sports, performing arts, are widely available across the school. And students are also encouraged to develop skills in debating, discussing, questioning, problem solving, which are important skills that will help greatly when they enter university and the workplace.
Yeah.
And when I saw this first, the last point, debating. Oh, I used to love watch debate competitions in Jamaica. I used to love watch debate competitions. So as we said earlier, teachers, it is similar. Just have the information
Just have
and
it.
they
It's just
can just
much
write the
of
answers out.
listen. When I was doing my interview, I had things jotted down on a paper, and
Yes.
I stick it to the side of my screen because I mean it's an on it's an
Yes.
online it's an online interview, and I had to keep my eyes, you know, focused
Yes.
on the well, it was two persons on the panel. I had to keep my eyes focused on them, so I stick papers to the side of my screen. They can't see my paper, so I'm looking at the screen so I can see the paper. I don't have to be doing this or doing this or looking over this computer. I had it stuck to the to the screen. So while I'm looking at them, I'm seeing the paper. And
Right.
don't you just have to find ways, research. You can't just probably, do the same thing every day and expect the same result. You have to do your research.
True. True.
Hmm.
And all of this information that we got, Georgia, here are the two sources.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
persons can go on this website, and all I gave to find this information was to type in what is the American curriculum and what is the British curriculum.
What's the British curriculum? And that was
That's
it,
it.
right?
Yes, and I found these two blogs and they
Mm-hmm.
were quite interesting. I said, okay, let's use this. But
Yeah.
the information is out there. The information is there. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to stop sharing the screen. Can
Yeah.
I?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I'm looking at a sample lesson plan now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's showing. Says it's a liter. I don't know. Do you call in your school? Do you say English or language arts, or you say my school says literacy? But of course, it's
English language arts, ELA.
okay. Yeah. So we call it that sometimes ELA or just literacy, right? And so in writing a lesson plan using the American curriculum. So the first thing we have at the top is, of course, the name of the subject you're planning, and then the
Mm-hmm.
standard. And think about this, and you're gonna say, "Oh, what is? I teach lessons like this." And the standard using spelling patterns and generalizations. Example: word families, syllables, meaningful word parts. And you're gonna realize you teach syllabication, you teach spelling patterns, I, E, E, I. You it's the same thing. So you have those same in Jamaica we write in the lesson plans and you have general objective and
Mm-hmm.
it's your standard you listed there or you pull the general objectives then from the standard that you have in the curriculum. It is the
Right.
same. Hmm.
The same thing.
And you have your here we say learning target or learning question or in Jamaica we usually say learning objective.
Right.
And here we just use a different name here, success criteria.
Yes, success. And with the success criteria, now you're going to use the I can stay. Are you at
I
my
can,
school? We use the I
yeah,
can statement. I
same.
can statement.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, say for instance,
So in Jamaica they would say at the end of the lesson students should be able to or after observation students should so the students should be able to here we just say success criteria. I can match
mhm,
whatever or I can
yes,
use spelling pattern correct or something. It is
something, but you need the I can because
mm-hmm.
that is what we want the students to achieve during or
Achieve.
after the lesson, right? Okay, we're in our questions and answer section. So we have a question here from Duali. Do
Right, Miss
you always write
Miss
lesson plans
Family.
or does the state curriculum that you use gives you the lesson plan? So we write our own lesson plans, but we use they don't call we call them text what do you call these again, Georgia? Teacher guides. For
Okay.
me, I have teacher guides that I use that are based on the American curriculum. So I pull my standards from those, and within those guides, I will find sample lessons. Not
Some positions you find the vocabulary section,
you'll
so you
find
pull words
yes,
from there. Everything is there. Yes.
yes, you'll find. All right, let me pull one. I hope this doesn't
All
go
right. So
down.
in the meantime, let me welcome the Innis family. Thank you for joining.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. And they are YouTubers as well, Georgia in
Oh, the
Jamaica.
Innis family.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'll
So
definitely check out your channel.
yes, please check out their channel. They are very supportive of my channel, so please check them
Okay.
out. They have some really funny videos over there. They do a lot of pranks and stuff as husband and wife.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So I'm looking at. Let me just pull this. It's just to answer this the question
Mm-hmm.
about the lesson plan. So we have these planning guides, and I'm looking at a textbook. It's Exploring Science, and this is the teacher guide. So, say for instance, I'm at Unit 1, I will have, see the planning guide. And then it will give me examples of self-assessment that I can use, formative assessments, and it will also tell the page that I can find it in the student book that goes with this one, right?
Yes.
Right, it will help me. And then it pulls the standard, say for instance, make observation to construct an evidence-based account, about plants and animals. So it gives the standards, it gives a little synopsis of what the lesson would be like. Then as teachers now, you know that we have to go in and expand and explore,
Expand. And
right, tailor it
tailor
to
to
fit
the
whatever
user.
you're
Yes.
doing. Because sometimes the standards are so wide, they're so general, so you have to break it down. All right, hopefully have the time. All right, this one, Georgia, and for the Wally as well. I don't know if you can get access to resources such as this, but it's National Geographic Exploring Science. And here I have this, the standards are here. Remember, I use the American curriculum. The standards are here. Um, Let me read. All organisms have external parts. So we're talking about different animals use their body parts in different ways to see here. So it's very wide, so you can break it down. And then there are some objectives here as well. Students will be able to name some plants, provide evidence that plants are living things, explain that the different parts of a plant help it to survive by getting the plant what it needs. So even these three objectives, we can get more objectives from
Can
this,
get
right?
more from you. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can create a complete lesson based on these three different lessons rather, right? And with this curriculum, and I know teachers in Jamaica, the world is asking Georgia, how do you find writing lesson plans here versus in Jamaica? Well,
Honest, to be honest, I find it's easier writing it here because it's like everything is just the curriculum, you get the standards, you have the I can statements there already.
mm-hmm,
Everything is just there, and all you're doing is just filling it into the template.
yes, you're just
And
putting it in the template.
yes, so I find it much easier because I don't know which teacher likes to write lesson plans. I know
No,
I don't.
nobody. If
No.
sometimes,
Yes.
honestly, sometimes if I could find a teacher who would do it for me, that teacher that get a nice little change some of the time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the lesson plans in Jamaica are written longer. This long
Yes.
method or procedural section is so long. Here, no.
No,
It's
it's not
like
like that.
you don't have to be writing probably word for word or everything. It's more for me. I think it's more tabulated.
Yes, it's easier
No?
here. It's
Yes.
easier here than in Jamaica because you have, for me, as you said, you have resources. And then with the teacher guide, the thing is we have teacher guides.
Yes.
I was going to mention before I read this,
And he's asking, do you have to evaluate? Do you have to do evaluation that
that mix me up some man. Yes, we do.
that is I'm listening to that patois.
We do it when that makes me up so bad. What are doing so bad? Shucks.
Let's say at the end of our lessons we have what we call our lesson plans end with what is called plenary, and
Yes,
it's like writing an exit ticket. So
yes,
you
yes.
have it's just like a quick review of what was taught, and your exit ticket can be anything. The students just tell you one thing that they have learned, or you tell them to write something that they learned, or just tell you something, and you're done. The lesson's done.
You know what, to Georgia? Ellie says
But
here, hi Alicia,
practice,
welcome
you have
back.
to evaluation, wanna evaluate. We not have no evaluation. We not
Right, we
evaluation.
don't write it. For me, I don't write it personally like
Yeah.
I would write it in Jamaica consistently, but definitely based on the activities that we are doing and during the lesson after I realize that the kids are struggling or this is too easy, then I would, that's evaluation because I'm evaluating, it's ongoing.
And we
Unlike it's
revisit the
not.
next week. We have
Yes,
to.
we do. So what I was going to explain as well, Georgia, is that you remember the other night when I had a live and we were talking about similarities with the
Mm.
American curriculum and Jamaica. Here I'm looking at I have engaged the 5 E's.
Mhm.
So it's as I said, it's like a lesson, but you can get many lessons from it, right? So I'm seeing engage,
Yeah.
explore,
Mhm.
explain, and I have a lot of different questions and activities within these sections and elaborate and evaluate. And I know
Mhm.
teachers are familiar with the 5 E's, okay? Because in 2017, when I was training teachers for the new curriculum, this
Mhm.
was we were just rolling out the 5 E's.
Mm, okay.
We were just rolling out the 5 E's as well. All right. So because of these resources, these teacher guides,
Mhm.
we are able to plan lessons.
Fun. Yeah.
It's easier to plan lessons. And another thing as well that we should add to planning lessons is the fact that when you're in a year group, it's similar to Jamaica, but because these schools are bigger, so we
Mhm.
have like on one grade level, we may have 3 to 5 or 6 different class. I know with your grade you have a lot within
Yeah.
your grade 3. For me, I have only one more teacher with me in grade 1. So
Mhm.
we both share in terms of I do
Planning.
English and science, yes, and she does math and social studies. If we had another teacher, then it would be less work for us.
And that is what I like, the fact that we can collaborate here in planning, so no one person is burdened down with planning every subject
Hmm.
for the week.
Hmm.
You know?
Right, right, right. That's good. I appreciate that as well. And then when you have it like that too, it makes it much easier, not only for the workload, but creativity, you
Yes.
know? Because the way I plan things, it might be different from you. And then the ideas that we will bring, to the
Mm-hmm.
table as teachers, that's great as well. All right. So that's it for the standards as it relates to the American and the British curriculum. And I have more experience with the American curriculum than the
Fish?
British. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Samantha. Hey girl. Thank you for joining us.
And when
Mhm.
my first school here, I used the British curriculum. When I joined, um, at one point I felt like it was more, it didn't have much grammar section to it.
Mhm.
Like, even though we were doing like biographies, autobiographies, narrative writing, and so on, we still had the same, well, doing all the strands, the listening and the writing and the speaking and everything, but we now had to pull the vocabulary lessons from it. So we didn't
Oh.
necessarily see on the curriculum, we didn't necessarily see a grammar section. But
Okay,
we
you
had
didn't
to,
see
yes,
anything like nouns and verbs and so
no,
on? At-
no. We
Really?
had, no, yeah, we had to pull it, from the different lessons.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But in the American curriculum,
Yeah,
you have those standards, and they spiral into the other grades as well.
yes.
They spiral into the other grades as well. So
And what I
because
found, what I found too is that um the topic, the lessons, like I remember vividly, I was doing the digestive system. I was teaching grade 4 at the time, and the kids were like, Miss Georgia, we did that already in grade 3.
Mm-hmm.
And and then I happened to look at the grade 5 and 6 plans the following week, and I realized that the topics followed right through.
Yes, they
Like
spiral.
it was just basically a level of difficulty as the grade, but they were doing the same topics right through.
That is it. That is it. What I was saying that to another teacher last week. We are doing opinion writing now. And I said, for me, as a grade 1 teacher, I
Mm-hmm.
just want my students to be able to write a topic sentence.
Yeah.
I think gorillas are interesting. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's your opinion. No, at least give me 3 reasons.
Ethan, yeah.
When they reach the grade 2, then the grade 2 teacher now will extend their vocabulary so that their
I finished
sentences
opinion
can,
writing. I just
yes,
finished opinion writing
they
too.
can
So
stretch.
you're teaching about grade
Grade
one?
1,
Yeah.
yes. And all they have to say, I like ice cream because it is delicious.
Yeah.
Then when they reach a grade 2 now, they can add other adjectives to it, or they can say, compared to
Uh-huh.
popsicles, I think ice cream is so and so. So it spirals, and well, that is what I like with the American curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
Spirals.
Also,
Yes.
Alicia is saying that she's been practicing the exit ticket itinerary, yes.
Yes.
Um, and I
See?
find that in both, because when I used the British curriculum, we had to finish our lesson with the plenary too. It's actually called
Mhm.
plenary, and the same thing here now using the American curriculum. That's the last thing we have on the plan, plenary. And they
Yes.
like the use of the exit ticket.
The exit ticket. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you
So for
see,
those
you have
of
been
you
using
just
it.
joining, hi,
Huh?
That's lifestyle and
Yes.
financial. Yes, so we're basically saying in the interview, you go ahead and do your research and just tick one of the boxes. Just tick one of them because they're not going to be coming to check.
Mm-hmm.
Tick one of the boxes, and in the interview, you are going to let them know that it's a different name. Obviously, you're not going to be in Jamaica and you hear the curriculum being called American curriculum.
No, you're
When
not
they
going.
ask you, do you have
Not intended.
experience using the American curriculum? Yes.
Yes.
The British
Yes.
curriculum? Yes.
Yes.
Tell us about it. And like I said, because it
That's
was
right.
a British school, I was gonna be working. I went and I did my research, and the first thing they asked me, I was like, um, the British curriculum, the exit exam is
Mm-hmm.
GCSE. Yes, in Jamaica, that's an exit exam for us to GCSE. And I'm
Yes.
telling them things that are done in the British curriculum that is done in the curriculum in Jamaica.
Exactly.
It's the
And
same
if we
thing.
are, and I said it earlier, if we
Mm-hmm.
have the same exit exams, that means we must be teaching the same standards.
Exactly.
We have to be teaching the same standards. Welcome, Shad's Lifestyle. Thank you so much for your support. Guys, check out Shad's. Trust me, this girl at Tour Jamaica. If you want to know about the
Yeah.
places in Jamaica that you should go, check out Shad's Lifestyle. Leave a like, leave the thumbs, click the thumbs up button, and remember to subscribe. Okay? Go over to Georgia's page as well, guys, and show some love. Show some love
Mm-hmm.
as well. Okay?
Yes.
There's another
Um,
question here. Do every grade from K to 5 have a teacher assistant? Yes, yes. In my school, I teach at a smaller school in terms of where the school is located, but in terms of the ownership and company, it's big, but my campus is small. So at my campus in grade 4 and 5, the teachers will share an assistant,
mm-hmm.
okay? Because of the school population as well, it's a small school. And then, but from KG up to grade 3, teachers, we have our
This year,
own
the teaching
assistant.
assistant, yes.
Yes, yeah,
And
we
also
have our
when
own
I was at the British
assistant.
school, we had when I was teaching grade 4, we had um 2 teaching assistants. So the other teacher and I, we shared one of them, and we just made a timetable, and we said,
Yes,
okay, so
yes.
during the day she's with me from X hours, and then the other day or the rest of the day. So as the grades go higher, then you share. assistants, but in the smaller grades, like the grade 1 and 2,
Mhm.
but I know they normally have their own teaching assistants.
Yes, yes, I have my own teacher assistant. Even though I'm teaching online now, I still have my teacher assistant logging in with me. And I also get help from the SEN department, that the special education needs department, where, did I say apartment or department? All right, so that teacher assistant from that department, she will join my sessions as well. And then she will take the students that are on her list, especially those that are at the lower level. She'll take them in like breakout rooms, or I will schedule another session for her on Teams, and she
Yeah.
will have activities with them. And sometimes you have classes that have up to 3 assistants, because you have your personal assistant, you have SEN, and then a student might have a shadow
Have a
teacher.
teacher. Mm-hmm.
Yes, a student might have a shadow teacher, so that's very good, because when I was teaching grade 2 last year, there was a shadow teacher in the class, and she was very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
She was very helpful. She had her student that she had to work with, but
Yeah.
if I needed her help when that student was at, like, say for instance, Arabic or Islamic classes, she was willing to
Yeah.
help. So that was good. All right, here's another question.
Hi, Anita. Welcome.
Hey, Anita. um,
So Dwali is
what-
asking, I may have missed it, but have you got a video on a day in the life of a UAE teacher? Like what a day looks like from the beginning to the end?
oh, ah, I haven't done one, but maybe if you go on Georgia's page, you might still find a video there on that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have to check to see if one is still there.
Yes, you would have to
If
check.
it's still up, but
But we could just give you a basic idea of what our day is like. Like for me, I live I live in the western region of Abu Dhabi. In Jamaica, we call it rural and country area. So with that being said, currently I'm teaching 1 week in school, like face to face, and then I teach 1 week online. Okay, and where I'm sitting right now, this is my office slash my, I don't know if you could see nothing. This, oops. This is my classroom, where my slash my office at home. So our day basically begins with, if I'm going into school, I get up by 6, and then I wait on the school bus about 6:45. And yes, my school provides transportation for me, free of cost. And then it takes me about 35 minutes to reach the school. And then we start off with assembly. Online, we start with the national anthem of the UAE. If it was, outside of COVID, we would have this big assembly. They would read the Quran. They will do some other citations. They will do, the national anthem. But assembly here is totally different from Jamaica in terms of, we worship in Jamaica. We sing songs. Will, do other things. More like a
mm-hmm.
church service some of the time. But here it's quite simple. And then we start our lessons by 8. Right, Georgia?
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
we have about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will have about 5 structured classes per day, 40 to 45 minutes. And within those 5 structured classes, we get breaks in terms of when my students go to Arabic and Islamic studies and music and PE. I have a free session. Okay, sometimes I have 2 double sessions that are free, and we really don't have break time and lunch time as teachers, because when the students have break, I might be on break duty, so I would have to be in the cafeteria or on the playground. Yep. And then, but I eat lunch during those free periods, like the Arabic sessions and the Islamic and so on. Okay? So when you call those
Specialist.
specialist
Yeah.
specialist classes, right? And my day usually goes up. Since COVID, I stop at 2 p.m. But prior to COVID, I would work up to 2:30. And then as a teacher, I stay at the school until 3:30. Okay? But since COVID, even if I'm in school, we finish at 2. And then by 2:15, the latest, we leave.
Mm-hmm.
But that's basically my day. We would also definitely have to do a video on that. But
Yeah.
there are lots of restrictions in terms of that. So we have to be careful as we move along, okay?
Yeah. So mine is pretty much the same. I start working at 7:30 and end at 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same as a primary teacher. And well, break. We don't have lunch and well, yeah, the kids have a break and another time for lunch, but teachers don't have a break and lunch because, as you said, we might be on lunch duty or on
Right.
break duty. So my lunch time or the time I normally eat is whenever the kids are gone to Arabic or Islamic lesson.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the beautiful thing I like teaching in the primary school is that you can have up to 2 or 3 free periods for the
Yes.
day because
Yes.
PE there's a PE teacher, Islamic, Arabic, specialty
Mm-hmm.
teachers for those subjects. So you get to
Yes.
have
Right.
you're not gonna have the whole day when you're ever teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you can use those time to do planning, because we have lesson planning sessions within those periods. You use
or
it to
prepare
mark
for your
work.
next lesson.
Sometimes, yes,
Yeah.
prepare. Most when before COVID, those sessions would just be to print some worksheet to
Yeah.
make sure that my manipulatives are ready and all of that. And
Yeah, because honestly,
some
sometimes it's like you have the free period, but there's always something to do.
it's never really free.
The
You
really
might
thing
get
is
like a
something to
20
do.
minutes where you can just relax and say, okay, just let me relax a little before the next session. But 90% of the time, you have something to do, unless
But
you want to carry that work home.
and the truth is, you can. It depends on you if you decide to take work home.
Yes,
But
yes, if you
it
decide.
just yeah, it depends on you and how you can structure or manage your time. You don't have to take work home.
Thank you, Anita. Oh, so it's nice to see us all together in one
On
frame.
frame. Ah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
much, guys, for joining us. We appreciate your support, and we plan to do a lot more collaborations, because there are
Yeah.
topics that we are going to discuss, and we know that together we will provide you with more
Well, yeah.
information. Yes, we'll provide you with
My
more
battery
information.
going.
The battery?
Yeah. I'm quickly
Oh,
plugging it in. Yeah.
okay, okay. Let me check these. Oh, the one is going back to lunch. Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah.
Well, so nice for him
To
to
have
drop
joined.
by. I assume it's a meal.
Yeah, seems to be.
Okay, 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 very good. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions for us, guys? We have about 15 more minutes. I have another live on Facebook at 9:30 with my Desert Girls live on my business page. And let me share this with you guys. I also run an online business, and you can check me out at www.terinadavis.com. If you'd like to start your own online business to earn extra income, check me out. Okay.
Yeah.
Check me out on Facebook. All right. So I think we covered everything, right, Georgia?
Yeah, I think so.
We covered everything with the
Yes,
American
and I
curriculum.
think this is one of the things that worry a lot of the viewers that the schools
Yes,
are saying if you have experience, so at the end of this video you're supposed to be settled now to tick or say yes,
yes, yes.
yes.
Any one of them. It can
But
be
they're gonna
anyone.
say send me no proof. They're
It
not
can
gonna say
be anyone.
send me any proof. Go ahead and tick one of the box and talk your way out in the interview.
Yes. Hey, Georgia, me always have said, if a fool in the shina yo, we will chat with confidence, you know.
Yes,
Yes. And I was smiling. I
yes,
have foolishness. Yeah.
yes. Stay
I'm going to
convinced.
research to find out.
Yes, stay convincingly. Yep.
Georgia, do you have the presentation on your device near you? You could
Yeah.
just read the 5 points just to wrap up the 5 points for the American
Okay.
curriculum and then the British. Just for our viewers, because we might have someone who's just joining
Mhm.
us and miss those. So the
All right.
American.
So the five things that you should know about the American curriculum, that
Mhm.
it's standard based, it's a standard based curriculum, and it provides an education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12. So of
Okay.
course in Jamaica we say pre-K, no? We say
Unless it's a private
private
schools.
school, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
But
KG and
of
so.
course, like I said, kindergarten to grade 12. And of course,
Yeah.
we have grade 12 in Jamaica because we call it sixth form, 6A,
Right. Six,
right?
yes, six.
So yes, and at the grade level, the grade 12 level here in the American curriculum is the same, basically the same, doing the same kind of exit exam, and
Mm-hmm.
like pre college as I normally call it. There
You're
are
right.
various assessment methods in the American curriculum, and it's the same thing back home. We use different methods of assessment because, of course, we know that we have different ability levels in our
Mm-hmm.
classroom. So we don't just give a written worksheet for assessment. We do projects, we do role plays, we do um,
Performing arts, they
performing
do
arts and
drama
stuff like that. We
pieces,
find
they're
different ways
doing
to.
music, they're
Mhm.
making an instrument, they're making a song, and write a poem, anything like that.
Right. There's emphasis on extracurricular activities. And of course, back home we have our 4-H, we have our
Drama
cadet,
club,
drama club,
mhm,
everything. So
Red
it's
Cross, everything is
right.
there.
So
Art.
right in the interview when they ask you, you're going to tell them those things. They're not gonna just say, "Oh, right, in Jamaica tell them about the curriculum." So tell us about the British curriculum and tell us about the American curriculum because it's the same thing you're using back home is a different
Just the
name.
name.
You're just going to tell them these same five things,
Just the
right?
name.
And the British curriculum,
Yeah,
it's
top five.
yeah. And before I forget, so in the um U.S. curriculum, we say grade one, grade two, grade three, and so on.
Right,
In the
right.
British curriculum now, we say year one, we say foundation, we say FS1. So
Mm-hmm.
foundation stage, we say FS1, FS2, FS3, etc. And then we say year one. So
Right.
American curriculum, you say grade one, but British curriculum, you say year one, year two, year three, and it goes right up until year 12, but they call it key stage one, key stage two, key stage three, key stage four.
Mm-hmm.
And key stage
Right.
four again is the same like having sixth form back home. You take grade 11 and grade 12
Yes, six one. Upper six and lower six.
and lower six, yes.
Same thing.
And and again, I don't know if some of you heard this too. In the British curriculum or the UK curriculum, one of their exit exam is the GCSE. And of course, back in Jamaica, the kids do CXC or GCSE.
Yes, A levels and O
Yes.
levels.
So you realize it's the same. And A levels. So A levels is also done in the British curriculum. And in Jamaica, of course, we do A levels too.
And
So
as I said before,
go ahead and tick on the form, tick that
when
you know you use one of them.
yes, and
Yeah.
if we are doing the same exit exam, we must be teaching the same standards.
Same thing.
Not just to reach, I can never pronounce that word, Georgia. It's so fancy to say reach.
Which one?
You know when you're repeating something to make emphasis.
Oh, reiterate. That one?
Reacher. Yes, I always love to do it,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
my tongue
Yeah.
twists up and I can never pronounce it. Is that it?
Yeah.
Reiterate. Okay, yeah.
All right. Do
Lisa
we
is
have any more
asking.
questions? Let
We
me
have
see.
one more question here. What are
Mm-hmm.
some commonly asked questions you can ask at an interview?
You.
Okay.
So, a frequently asked question is tell me about yourself.
No, I think that's a good one, but I think she's saying
Uh-huh.
that you can ask as the
Oh, that you can.
interviewee, right, Elisa?
You can ask. Okay.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
I normally when the interview, because they normally at the end of the interview they ask you any questions you want to ask. My
Hmm.
first question is normally, what do you provide professional development for
Yes,
the staff?
listen, I don't
Because
care about your accent.
all of me care about the money. I want them to feel like I am interested in the job and I want growth. I
Yes,
want
yes,
professional development. So
yes,
that's always my first question. And then my next question is normally, what resources, what resources do you have? You know,
yes. You provide
those are my
teachers
top
too.
two questions I normally ask.
So repeat those questions. Repeat those again, Georgia.
So I would normally ask, do you provide professional development for staff, or how often, or as a new teacher, what support can I get when I start to help me to grow or to
Yes.
you know? And then
Mhm.
my next question would normally be, what resources do you use in the school? What form of technology is used, etc.
Yes, that is
Mm-hmm.
good. Yes. Those are some good points. And then you want to be more personal, you can ask about for them to clarify certain benefits
Yeah.
for you and your family as well. I asked
Mm-hmm.
that, but
Okay.
as Georgia said, you get those professional questions out of the way, and then you can ask personal questions such as benefits. If there are other benefits that the school provides, different from those that were listed in the job offer or the post.
The post.
Okay? Yes. So you can ask questions about your family benefits, accommodation, and if you see accommodation, you can ask and said, is there a choice or in regards to allowance and
Mm-hmm.
accommodation, the school will provide that. And also,
Yeah, and you make sure to ask if they provide single or shared accommodation.
yes, yes, you asked about that as well. So those personal ones can come after you think about the professional one. And personal growth can, it can covers with you being a teacher for like 2 3 years with a school, and you said, okay, I want to do some training because I want to apply for a middle management position. You want to know if that is available at the school as well, and if the schools are providing new say for instance, since we're teaching online now,
Mm-hmm.
and say they're going to bring out Nearpod, you would
Mm-hmm.
ask if PDs will be done on these new platforms to help teachers to, be able to use them.
To
And
be able to use them, yeah.
yes, and then you can ask again, Elisa, about the support that the school provide for students who have special needs, right? What programs does the school have in place to cater to students with special needs? Do they have a SEN department? Do they have teachers that come in and provide,
Support.
support for
Mm-hmm.
teachers on a daily basis or weekly basis, whatever it is? But you ask about the SEN program or anything that is available for students with special needs as
Especially.
well. Okay, because schools here they practice inclusion, so that is a very good question to ask as well. All right,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a very good question to ask. Any other questions? Okay, Georgia, I am going to. Can we wrap
Yes.
up? Can
Yeah.
we wrap up?
Of
Yeah,
course,
because I
you
have.
can leave further questions if you have
Yes,
in the
and please,
comment
guys,
section.
yeah, leave it in the comment section. And please, if there's something, a topic that you would like Georgia and I to discuss, whether it's together or on Georgia's page, Georgia's lifestyle, you can just leave a comment. Leave a comment in the comment section, or you can go over to our page, click on one of the videos and say, can you do a video on so and so? Because I've done videos based on that, and this is the reason why we're doing this video,
Yeah.
because we realize that teachers keep asking us about the curriculum, okay, the British and American curriculum. So feel free to leave your questions and we'll be happy to help you. We'll create a video, if not a live stream,
Mm-hmm.
whichever it is, okay? We'll be happy to do that.
Hi, Anita. I'm sure they do. She's asking if Indian schools also provide the same benefits to their teachers like other private schools. I'm sure they
Yes,
do because
yes.
as long as it's a school that employs expats, they either provide the benefit or the accommodation or whatever, but the benefits they provide them.
They provide the
Mhm.
same. It's
Yeah,
not a yeah, it's not a school thing, It's a UAE law.
the UAE law. Yes.
It's right across the United Arab Emirates. These are benefits that school must and should provide for their teachers. In my apartment building right now, I have Indian teachers. They are not at my specific campus. They are at other campuses and at other schools. So yes, they do provide them with the same. But when it comes to salary, that your experience and years of your qualifications will determine that
Qualifications,
benefit. Okay?
experience will.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
So yeah, when it comes to salary, it just depends on the school and what the
Mm-hmm.
school decides to pay. So it's not
Yes.
standard.
Yeah. Oh, yes, not standard. But certain benefits like housing,
Healthcare is a
housing,
must. Healthcare is a must. You must
healthcare,
provide.
gratuity,
Mm-hmm.
yes, airfare will differ in terms of some school will give you a person, some school will give you the allowance that will cover the cheapest route back to your home country, but they will definitely give you something. You will not find a school that will not give you anything, okay? And everything will be outlined in your offer letter and then again in your contract,
Mm-hmm.
okay? All right, so I hope we answered that question. So we are going to wrap up now, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to meet with the Desert Girls in about 9:15, and then
Oh,
we go live at 9:30. All right.
okay.
So you see, guys, we multitask. We have many little things that we are doing because we believe in progress. We believe in self growth, and we motivate ourselves, and not we not only motivate ourselves, but we motivate each other. We motivate
Others.
others.
Yes,
To achieve the best. Just put your best foot out there and believe that you can achieve it. You can
definitely.
achieve
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Sometimes the time, time is, it's against us when we want to do different things. But at the end of the day, we will achieve them. Georgia, you put this on your status today about some about writing the vision.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I like that post. I like that post.
Yeah, write down what you want to achieve. Give it a time frame. It might not happen
Yes.
in the time that you want, but you're
Mm-mm.
working at it.
Yes,
No,
and
you're
always
working
go
at
back.
it.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the date on that goal that you have, because sometimes we plan something, it doesn't work out as Georgia said, but don't give up, guys. If teaching overseas is what you want to do, you will achieve it.
Yep.
You will
And don't
achieve
stop
it.
until you do.
Yes, you will achieve it. Keep going, keep pressing forward. And as we always say, we are here in the United Arab Emirates, but Dubai is not the only city. You can look for jobs in all the other areas,
All
okay?
the Emirates
All the
offering the same
yes, the
benefits.
same
And
benefits. All
all of the
right.
Emirates, they're like what? An hour and a half away from each other. You're in
Yes, yes.
Dubai. You're
Mm-hmm.
not flying to the, flying to the different, you're not flying to the different Emirates. You leave Dubai to come to Abu Dhabi, an hour and 20 minutes max.
Yes, it's
You want to
only
go
longer
to,
for me because of where I live, but for Georgia, it's very
Mhm.
close. Sharjah
Yeah,
is like 30 minutes or
Sharjah is
less,
30 minutes from Sharjah, Emirates of Sharjah is 30 minutes from Dubai.
or
And
Ajman as well.
most times to the schools in Sharjah, their
Uh-huh.
accommodations in Dubai, a lot of times they're
Yes,
30 minutes drive,
yep,
you
yep, or
know?
vice versa. Or they work in Dubai and they
We live
live
in
in
Sharjah.
Sharjah
Yeah.
because the accommodation might be a little cheaper. You know, say Dubai, it's glitz and
So I
glam.
keep telling person, stop saying Dubai is where I want to work. You're limiting yourself. You can go
Yeah.
to Dubai on the weekend or 1 week after school or one evening after school, you know?
Okay. All right, Georgia, my darling. Guys, it's me and Georgia favor. We are sisters and
Yes.
we support each other like blood. I tell you, you know. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being here
Yes.
with us. So we will see you another time on another digital moment with Tarina and on Georgia's lifestyle. If you want to see another collab with both of us, just let us know. If you have any
Yeah.
topics, let us know. Any last word, Georgia?
No, basically.
All
We just want
right.
to thank you so much for joining, as Karina said, and we look forward to making more videos to help you.
All right. You know
Don't
what?
forget
Good. Pick up on
don't
yourself, yeah,
forget
man.
to, I always say, don't be selfish. Go ahead and share
No.
the video with somebody who definitely
Yes.
wants this information. Go ahead and share the videos. Make
Yes.
sure if you are on this live and you haven't subscribed yet to Tarina's channel, what are you waiting for?
Yes. Yes, guys. We're on that road. Tell them what number I'm going. I'm working towards, Georgia.
Working to 1,000 subscribers. So go ahead and tell a friend to go over to the channel and subscribe.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And
Thank you
we'll
so
see
much.
you in another video.
And Georgia, we're going to create a shorter video with the presentation
Yes,
because I know that everybody have the long
to watch the
attention
live.
span, like me and
Mhm.
you. So for we're going to cater to the persons who have the short attention span that just want the information. Say, bam, we're going to provide that for you. Okay, bye everyone.
Definitely.
Okay.
Take care, guys.